Listen, are you tired of defeating your enemies normally? You know, punching them, biting them, chucking a microphone at their head? Yes? Luckily for you, I have come up with a solution. Introducing force feed your enemies pizza until they're too fat to fight back. Strategy. Can I beat Fnaf World only using food moves? Before we start, let's lay the rules. First of all, what qualifies as a food move? In this challenge, any move that contains a type of food in its name qualifies. That means that all the moves we can use are Pizza Wheel 1 and 2, Cupcakes, Hot Cheese 1 and 2, and the most important one, Bad Pizza. Secondly, this challenge has to be done on hard mode. Third rule is, I'm not allowed to run from any battles. It's not that I want to run, but everybody needs to feel my pizza wheel. And finally, I will not be using any glitches or update to characters to win the game. With all this out of the way, let's start with the challenge. We will be starting by choosing Freddy, Chica, Foxy, and Toy Chica, as they are the only starting characters that have food moves. Everybody else goes in team 2. The run starts off with Fredbear telling me some stuff I genuinely don't care about, so I skip the dialogue and get straight to business. My first encounter is against 4 mech-crabs. This should be easy. And it would be if Foxy could just hit a goddamn hot cheese! Foxy! At this point, I just assume Foxy is legally blind. After only my second battle, I get a character encountered with Phantom Chica. And she apparently took every steroid under the sun because she started one-shotting everybody in my team. As you can see, the second all my team 1 members die, nobody on team 2 has any moves they can use, so they are just left waiting to die. And that problem will continue for most of the run. After the Phantom Chica fiasco, I decided to have a go at Auto Chipper to regain my confidence.
That went as well as could be expected, didn't it? Hmm?
After having a quick chat with Fredbear, I get a character encounter, this time being JJ, and we actually managed to barely kill her. She's completely useless, but at least it's something. In the meantime, I began my quest to become the greatest DD's fishing player this world has ever seen. Well, I'm f***ing stupid. After some more struggling, it was time for my rematch with Auto Chipper. With the help from my new bites, I managed to take him down. And that lets us grab Head Start Strength and Head Start Defense chips. Not too long after, I get an encounter with Phantom Freddy. He's also useless, but I figured I'd mention it. I make my way through the first glitched object and navigate to the glitched world where I meet my great pal Fredbear. I make a quick detour to grab this chip behind Auto Chipper. And after beating him, you won't believe who shows up. Phantom Chica. Again. And this time I was prepared. After making my way into the snow area, I meet Fredbear again, and after a quick chat I am left to fight my second boss, Bouncer. I relied heavily on my bites to carry me, but I managed to beat him first try. And so I made my way into the caves. This surely won't go wrong. But after respawning, I get a huge encounter with Withered Bonnie. The only reason this is big is because he also has access to the move Pizza Wheel, and we definitely need more attackers. This aside, I still need to get into the caves for some pretty important chips. After many attempts, I managed to finally get to Eyesore, and after defeating him, I get probably the most important chip in this challenge, Auto Gift Boxes. We are not allowed to use the move Gift Boxes, so this is the only way we can get a revive. I also decided to grab Evercomet Strong while I was there for some extra damage. After getting that, I make my way to Lily Gear Lake, where I proceed to skip the whole area and go straight to the next glitched object, ending up in Black Tomb Yard. Obviously, I am not strong enough for Black Tomb Yard yet, so I decide to backtrack and make my way into more caves for even more death, chips, eyesores, and Withered Foxy? Listen, I'm not a fan of hot cheese, for obvious reasons, but just having another character I can use is great. But all this walking around isn't actually getting any progress done. What I truly need are new characters, so I decide to get the find characters chip to increase my odds of actually getting encounters. I make my way into the deep metal mine, find Mad Endo, politely tell him to bend over, and finally get our chip. With the find characters chip, I begin walking around in circles for some good characters when something incredible happens. I get an encounter with Nightmare Chica, one of the best characters in this challenge. Why is she so good? Because she has the move Bad Pizza, which is pretty much the only move we are allowed to use that's actually kind of strong. With the newfound power of Nightmare Chica, I decide to go back to the circus and try to defeat Brow Boy. Not even close. Right after the fight, we get another encounter, and you won't believe it. Blush Trap. Why do I care? He also has access to the move Bad Pizza, meaning he's on the same level as Nightmare Chica. That's extremely lucky, considering all the other characters we could have gotten were useless. With our team looking pretty strong, I think it's time I try and get the two most important chips in the game. The only way to get these chips is to glitch above the map. This is done by pushing against certain objects. The enemies here are extremely hard, but so am I. After a couple of attempts, I managed to grab the Auto Shield chip. This chip is extremely good because it blocks all damage we receive by 50%. The second chip we grab is the Auto Mimic chip, which repeats all the moves we do, practically doubling our damage. I also head back to the deep metal mine and grab the Curse status chip. With our newfound power level, I go to the Pinwheel Funhouse and get ready to fight our biggest challenge yet, Baba. But the battle was pretty easy. My team has to be on the same stuff Phantom Chica was on. Because I'm on a roll, I decide that Pork Patch also has to get some pizza wheel. And that was a humbling experience. Turns out, Pork Patch is significantly more powerful than Baba. The thing is that Pork Chop barely one-shots my characters. You might have noticed the fat stacks I managed to save up. That was prepared for this very moment. I expected this to happen, so I knew to prepare ahead. I bought a 50 damage shield and the level 1 boss tray. The shield means that everybody except Toy Chica can survive one attack from Pork Patch, while the boss drain makes sure I have enough DPS to kill him before my gift boxes run out. With a bit of luck, I defeat Pork Patch and I grab the key. This key lets me unlock the button bosses. The first boss is Snow Cone, the buffed version of Bouncer, and I beat him without much effort. The second boss is Overclocked, and he also drops without much of a fight. Since the first two bosses were so easy, I expect the third one to be pretty easy too, right? right? While the other bosses one-shot my characters, they were very slow compared to Super Goon. He one-shots my characters and is also incredibly fast. After a lot of attempts, I realized I just wasn't powerful enough, and my biggest issue were my bites. I still had level 1 bites on my team, and they just aren't strong enough to beat Super Goon. You know what this calls for? A training montage, and by training, I mean I'm grinding money for a couple hours. After making gold endos pretty much extinct, I bought all the bites I needed and made my way back to Super Goon. And the fight made Super Goon look like a joke. Super Goon? More like Super Gooner. Right, guys? Right? No! With all the guardians defeated, it's finally time to challenge security. I wasn't even close. I tried again and again, every bite combination, every chip, every character, and nothing was better than a quarter of security's HP left. It might be possible if I get the fan bite, but the fan bite requires me to get all 48 characters, including the update 2 characters, meaning I have to play Chica's Magic Rainbow.
Welcome to my happy fun rainbow land. Let's start with something simple. Wow, what a moron. You suck. You suck. You still suck. Dumbass. Pathetic. So sad, it's hilarious.
I will not be playing Chica's Magic Rainbow. Wait, so is the challenge over? I can't get past security, I just can't beat this stupid metal owl. Wait, I can't beat this stupid metal owl, but they can. Am I really going to sit here for hours and just hope that one of the Reapers kills security? The wiki says it has a 0.05% chance. Yes. Yes, I will. With security gone, I just have to hit a 0.05% chance on Scott to insta-kill him. The fight starts and obviously I get destroyed. The Scott fight just is impossible without gift boxes. But it's okay, I will just go back and try... Excuse me? Hey, so apparently, security respawns after you die. It's okay, I just have to do this again. Maybe I get absurdly lucky and I hit 0.5% chance in a row. Listen, I've spent so many hours just staring at the screen, I think my eyes started creaking when I blink. Theoretically, this challenge is possible given enough attempts and time, but I just don't want to sit here for days and just pray that I hit two 0.05% chances in a row. I know it's a bit anticlimactic leaving the challenge with a theoretical win, but I really did have fun with this challenge, and if you also enjoyed watching me suffer, I would really appreciate it if you consider subscribing. Goodbye.